The wobbling Millennium Bridge has begun, but it'll be a much bigger job to repair the damage done to London's image. The £18 million river crossing was closed 3 days after its original opening in June because it swayed too much. There's also a row about who pays to get the bridge open again, as Hay Gordon now reports.
They started work today on de-wobbling the Millennium Bridge, but it's still a long way off being open to the public again after its humiliating closure in June because it didn't take too well to the pounding of real feet. Installing dampers to absorb the wobble is the solution the engineers have come up with. But one of the planning authorities, Southwark Council, won't give it the final go-ahead until the chosen technique has proved itself.
It would be terrible if we did the repair work and then that didn't work either.
So for the moment, it's only the central section that's being experimented with. A special machine to create vibrations will be brought in to see if the dampers do the trick. Then it'll be tested with people, a crowd of 300 tramping across it. It will be the new year before they know if it really will solve the problem. And if it is the solution, it could yet be held up by continuing rows over who foots the £5 million repair bill. Southwark Council say they won't be parting with a single extra penny.
Southwark Council does not accept any responsibility for the cost of the repair work. Our view is that a contract was made for a bridge to be delivered that works, and so far that contract hasn't been fulfilled.
Those who commissioned the bridge are keen to get it open again as soon as possible and end the embarrassment of having a tourist attraction that visitors are shocked to discover still hasn't been fixed.
We went to St Paul's, of course, and we expected to walk across to the Globe. We've had to walk around.
But even if the financial disagreements are soon resolved, it'll be next summer at the earliest before we can cross wobble-free. At the Millennium Bridge, this is Hay Gordon for London Tonight.
Now the first of two special reports on London Tonight, highlighting the continuing crisis facing the capital's key workers. This evening, we focus on nurses. We all know there's a chronic shortage in our hospitals, and that the answer should lie with training the next generation.
But for them, the situation is critical. There are 15,000 student nurses in London, but a third of them are likely to drop out before their training ends, mainly because of money problems. Health correspondent Liz Wickham joined two of them on a flat-hunting expedition.
Helen and Amber will be evicted from their hostel in March when it's redeveloped. Despite affordable accommodation being part of their contract, no mention's been made about where they're supposed to go thereafter. They reckon the most they'll be able to afford is £50 a week each.
That's stretching it as it is, because that's more than we pay here, and as you say, with the bills on top of that, it's just going to be a big difference.
They each get £470 a month as a bursary. The rooms they have cost £155 a month, and that includes bills. £80 goes in travels to hospitals and lectures, £200 in food, leaving £35 a month for toiletries, stationery, books and any kind of social life. It's a little more than £1 a day.
I'm really trying hard to stay within my limit, and I go over every now and again, like if I have to buy birthday cards or shampoo if I run out.
Bursary students can't apply for student bank loans, nor, because of their long hours, can they take jobs. Although City University is responsible for finding them housing, the Department of Health is in control of their income.
Politicians will make up their minds what is the most acceptable way, but the bottom line is they need more money to enable them to live comfortably and to study well whilst they're on course.
The girls' hospital placements are all over the East End, so anywhere from Bow to WC1 will do. The paper provided only two possibles. The first, a house share in Homerton.
You're happy with people sharing? Because we're looking for a room or a house or something for both of us. So.
No, ideally it's just for one person.
Also, there's no living room and only one bathroom. The second flat was a rather strange setup in Haggerston.
Quite cheap, but we don't actually know who we'll be living with. No. Because at the moment there seems to be a number of people living here, coming and going.
The girls decided to go for expert help to an agency in Stratford.
No, it's all. The cheapest that would be for that sort of area is going to be about £185 a week for a two-bedroom flat, plus you've got your bills on top of that.
The capital's hospitals close beds for lack of nurses, yet we allow a third of nursing students to be lost each year because they simply can't afford to live in London. Certainly there's vacant property in the East End, but as more and more of it becomes gentrified, it's less available to people like student nurses. In Bow, this is Liz Wickham for London Tonight.
And on tomorrow night's programme, the plight of teachers. As hundreds gather in London to demand more money and warn of a looming crisis, we report on the problems driving many out of the classrooms for good.
Still lots more coming up tonight, however, after the break.
If anyone can be can. The naked truth about the FA Cup underdogs as they prepare to upset the odds again. And
join me after the break to find out what the WHO are doing to help the teenagers with cancer.